beautiful and sunny. I want to, actually I'm not sure what I'm going to say, I'll have to be honest, but I'd like to share a meditation with you all and some silence and some space. So if you want to take a deep breath in with me now, and just place your hands on your heart chakra and connect with your heart. And just take some deep breaths into your belly, deep into your belly. Closing your eyes. And just allow yourself to feel whatever is happening here in this moment. Whatever is happening in your body. Whatever is happening in your mind. Feel your heartbeat. Connect with your heartbeat. And connect with your breath. And just allow the breath to settle into this space. And noticing that on the in-breath and the out-breath, that you are existing in between the in-breath and the out-breath. And just connect with your heart now, your heart chakra, bringing yourself into a space of love. Taking some deep breaths, just bringing yourself into this moment, fully connected, fully aware of everything that's happening within your own being. And you can close your eyes if you need to, and just listen to my voice. And breathing into your stomach. And breathing out gently. Noticing that the breath is just happening easily and effortlessly. And that whenever we breathe in, we are breathing everything in. If there's people with us, we are breathing them into our space. Everything that's existing here has always existed. And when we take a breath in, we are literally breathing in the cells of the trees, of other people, all the animals. So we are one in the deepest sense of the word, in all senses of that word. As we breathe in everything. In the breath, we breathe in the whole experience of life. We breathe in God. We breathe in everybody that's ever been here before. We breathe in the stars. We breathe in the universe. We breathe in each other, as one. And as we breathe out, we let go of the cells within our own being, and they move out into the universe. So someone else is breathing us in, essentially. And everything that we see, everything that comes into our experience is coming into our experience because we see it. It comes from within us. So everybody that's showing up in our lives is a reflection and a part of us, an aspect of us. And we bring everyone into our lives into being. We make choices with everybody that shows up in our lives. for them to be there at the same time that we need them to show up. And life is really a mystery. Everything is happening at the divine timing, in divine timing, in the perfect way for all of us. And everyone that we meet comes into our lives at the perfect time. And we are always learning. We're all students and we're all teachers. We're all wise gurus. And we all have the answers within us. Sometimes we may need a little encouragement, a little inspiration. We may need someone to hold the space for us to really connect with those divine, with the divine guru within us. But it's all there, it's all perfect, and we all have the answers that we need. Oh, hi, Susie. Well, life can feel like a struggle because we are so... Sorry, there was a phone. My phone's doing funny things. Life can feel like a struggle because we become very sensitive. As we awaken, we become very sensitive to everything. And this can mean that we are feeling everything very intensely at times. And we're feeling all the joy that's happening in the world, all the sadness that's happening in the world, all the frustration, all the war, we're just feeling absolutely everything to the deepest level of our being, and it can be very intense. So it's when things feel like a struggle, it's really good to allow yourself to feel, but to also be aware and to know that you are not that you are beyond that struggle. And that's not to push it to one side, but really feel into what's actually happening. Don't push things away. It's quite a difficult thing to learn to do. It's taken me a really long time, and sometimes things can be so intense and you're feeling it all, and you just have to sit with it in order to shift it, move it, and give it love and give space to what's happening. You have to learn to be with it. And that's what we're doing ultimately, is we're giving a space of love to whatever's happening. So we're providing a space of love for ourselves. And this is how we love ourselves more deeply, is by loving all aspects of our being, our shadow side, our light, all the things we find perfect about ourselves, but all the things that we have issues with, the way we look, the way we feel, the way we behave. It's about loving all of that, loving ourselves and allowing ourselves to really be who we are, to be authentic. And to share that and to show that, because as we become more and more authentic and we share the truth of who we are, it helps other people to connect with the truth of who they are and to be authentic and to walk their truth too. It's not an easy path somehow, that choice to be more authentic and to walk our truth. Because most people don't. So many people are walking around with masks. They mask the way they feel. They mould themselves to fit an idea of what someone else thinks or feels about them, and they're afraid to say what they really feel. They're afraid to break up that relationship because they might hurt the other person. When actually, if they break up that relationship, they set the other person free. This is the thing, we're so conditioned by society to believe certain things, and we're all affected to some level or another. And it's about staying aware of that Hi everybody. So many of you, it's really sweet. We need to stay aware of how we are moulding ourselves and how we are taking parts of ourselves away and how we're making ourselves small. We are these incredible, divine, beautiful beings, and we came here to fulfill, the whole entire of our being in this body, to embody spirit, to become more spirit, less human, more spirit. And as we embody our spirit and bring all aspects of ourselves, all the multi-dimensional aspects of ourselves into this body, then we really live from a place of power and connection, and we make a difference. We become the change, as Gandhi said. We become the change that we want to see in the world by embodying the truth of who we are and being brave. It's brave. We have to be brave and courageous. It's not so easy to go out there and be yourself in a world where so many people are walking around with masks on. And what I've found from my own experience, being a bit of a rebel that I am, is that people find it tricky being around me sometimes because I am challenging. I'm a challenge. I don't fit into the norm. I don't fit into the patterns of what's considered normal. I don't have a normal job. I don't live a normal life, and that it's always been that way for me since I was really small. I've always known that what was going on around me wasn't for me. It's being in the world but not of it. And we all come from, my understanding is we all come from the stars. We travel through the universe and we end up here in a body. Having this human experience, but being spiritual beings, and it's very confusing for a lot of people, and everybody's having different levels of experience. And I think my understanding too is that the levels of experience relate to the chakras in the body. So the lower chakra is very much about survival. So in that sense, you've got people doing crazy things and committing, really making some interesting choices with their lives in order to survive. But it's coming from a very low chakra, and so actually a low vibration. And as we move through life and we progress spiritually, because we're all progressing spiritually and we're all moving in different levels, we're all having totally different experiences. And we all move through the chakras, and each chakra has a lesson to teach us. Each chakra represents what we need to learn in life for the growth of our spirit, and we move through them, and we ultimately connect more deeply with all of them. And when we get to the heart, then we really start to live from a place of love and connection, and that really is transformational. It changes the way that we see the world, it changes the way we see ourselves, and it actually helps us to live from a place of unconditional love, which is, the ultimate goal is to love ourselves and love everybody unconditionally, and to allow people to have their experience here without trying to change them. And as we move from the heart to the throat chakra, then it's very much about living from a place of speaking our truth, knowing our truth, but also speaking our truth. So we're speaking from the heart. We're learning how to connect with our heart, and everything that we say, we are saying from a place of love. And that might mean that we shout, we get angry, we have these human emotions, but we are doing it from a place of understanding and knowledge and wisdom. And then we move through to the third eye chakra, and then we are able to see more. So we see beyond the veils, we see beyond this experience, we see from a wider perspective. So it's no longer there's good and there's bad and this is right and that's wrong. It's very much that there's all manner of different things happening, and everybody is having the experience that they need for their growth. And this might include some of the horrors that go on in the world, and I know this is quite controversial, but some people that are experiencing that, they need it for their growth and for their understanding, and although to someone else it looks horrendous, again, that's a judgment. It's very much about our growth, and this universe and this earth is like a school for all of us. So we're all here in this university of life, this university of training. And what's happening is every time we are having an experience, we can label, the mind will label it, and we will label it good or bad. But what it is it's for our growth and for our expansion. If things stay the same, we don't grow and we don't expand. So it's really important for us to see that each experience is not necessarily the way that our mind perceives it, if that makes sense. And then from the third eye chakra to the crown chakra, it's very much then we are living from this place of peace and love, and awakening is a process. So it isn't that we get to this goal and that's it. It's a continuous process. It's like anything, we are constantly learning, we are constantly growing, no matter where we're at, you know. All teachers are still growing and learning, and all students are teachers. You know, we are for each other. And life is obviously the biggest teacher and the biggest lesson. And it helps us to get to know who we are if we're open to receiving that information. And whenever we seek to know something, the answers will show themselves. And something else that has just sort of come to me is about the way that life transforms. And certainly in my own experience and my own life, I've seen a huge transformation within me, but also in my outside. And this is what happens as we transform inside, as we get to know who we are, the deepest level of our being. What we see outside of us also starts to change and transform and shift, and relationships can be healed. As we heal, our relationships with others heal, and miracles happen. I feel so blessed, and I'm sure you all have also seen many miracles in your lives. I feel really blessed to have connected with so many people and to have healed so many relationships and things that I would never have expected have happened in my life. I really honestly, it never ceases to amaze me, the depth of healing and miracles that can occur and do occur on a daily basis. And when we stop and just take the time to be here and be present with whatever is going on, you know, even looking at a flower, a tree, anything in nature, and we will start to see the miraculous nature of it. And when we look at our bodies and how our bodies function, and all this stuff is happening and we're not doing any of it, it's just the universe is flowing through us, and this huge intelligence is working in all of our cells in our bodies, and it's happening. It's so miraculous, and it's not something that we necessarily acknowledge on a daily basis, but what we're putting in our bodies and what we're surrounding ourselves with is obviously also affecting all the cells in our being too. But we are miracles. I mean, we only have to look at our hands, our eyes are seeing the universe. You know, the universe inside of us is coming out and is being shown to us through our eyes. And when we look in another's eyes, we see ourselves, we see our soul, we see the one, we see oneness, we see truth. And try that if you have somebody with you right now. Just sit in silence and allow yourself to gaze into their eyes and to really connect. And you'll be amazed at what a beautiful experience that is, and how we come to know the truth of who we are through that, through the other. And of course there are no others. This is the other thing. Everybody that's showing up is a part of us, a part of the oneness, a part of us that's appearing in our experience because we've created them and they've created us. And I think this is also what is meant by living in different dimensions. We're having different dimensions of experience, so all dimensions are existing at the same time because there is no time, of course, and we are multi-dimensional beings, so we are functioning in many different levels and many different ways. And those multi-dimensional parts of us are open to billions of possibilities. So in every moment there is a billion possibilities of outcomes, and we can tune into and choose on some level, although really there is no choice, but that's a whole other conversation. We have the illusion, shall we say, of making a choice. That choice is already kind of made before we actually make the decision, because consciousness is working through us, and as it works through us, it's making everything fit for everybody else too in this experience. So if something's going to change, for example, in our lives, then it has to be perfect for everybody else involved, and that's where things are very much in divine timing, in perfect timing. So just coming back to the breath now, as I've shared quite a lot and I wasn't sure what I was going to say, so and just bringing yourself back into this space and taking some deep breaths and allowing yourself to just feel again your body, your breath. And with each breath, feeling the miracle that you are. Wow. Like really, you are so miraculous. You have so much power within you. Your God in form, pure conscious potential energy with the billions of possibilities, billions of choices. And so when life feels like a challenge and it feels like it's hard and it feels confusing or difficult, or you're stuck in your mind and you've got these thoughts going on, just breathe, bring yourself back to the breath, because the breath is what connects you with your body. It's what connects you with God. The breath is what gives life to form, the form that we are, the spirit in form that we are, the soul in form that we are. And as you breathe, just feel with each breath the sensation of energy moving through the body, through the cells, connecting with all of your cells. Allow yourself to feel the vibration, the chi, the ki, the universal life force energy that's moving through each and every part of you, that's animating this body, having and living this experience, that's eternal, everlasting. knowing that when this body drops, there is no end to you. Nothing's finishing here. When the body drops, you continue as consciousness of this miraculous energy and form. And this body is made of stars, it's made of the universe. You are literally everything, and everything is you. There really is no separation. Allow that to settle. Allow that truth to fall deep inside. Feel it with every part of your being, with every cell in your body, with every breath. You are a miracle. The miracle is you. And just allow yourself to hear the silence now. The deep silence. The place from where everything is being created. And everything is moving forth. Where universes and galaxies are created. Where life comes into form. Allow yourself to hear the silence within. And be with that silence. Breathing it in. Feeling it all around you. And so now, this moment is infinitely creative. And the more you can be with the silence and be present with yourself, then an effortlessness starts, where doing is non-doing, it's effortless, doesn't feel like there's any effort involved. And yet, the product of that non-doing and effortlessness is incredibly powerful, incredibly magical. And now we're going to finish. So if you want to put your hands onto your heart chakra and just take some deep breaths. And with each breath, feel the love that you are. Connect to the love within your being, the loving form that you are. And allow that love to permeate your body, to move through your hands, to fill the space that you are now in. Allow the love to fill the room that you are in. Allow yourself to expand with every breath. And as you expand, with your intention, send that love out into your towns, your cities, your homes, and the people in your families, and your friends, and your animals, anybody that's with you now. And allow that love to move into the hearts and minds of those that you meet, that you see, that are around you now. And let it spread into the cities, into your towns. Watch it move through the country that you're in. And see the love and light that you are moving through and around the earth, reaching all parts of the earth, especially those that need to feel that love and light right now. Anyone in any kind of suffering, we are sending them healing and love from the deepest place with the intention of helping them. Allow the love that you are to expand around the earth. See the light looping around the earth, healing and moving through everything. And then allow this love and this light of your being to move from the earth into the whole entire universe, filling all the galaxies and all the planets and all the stars. Intentionally pouring out love from our hearts and healing from our hearts through the entire universe. Feel that expansion in your chest. Feel the expansion in your being. And with that love, we send infinite peace. Now coming back to the body, with each breath, closing your eyes if you want to. With each breath, coming back to the body. Totally present, totally aware, totally connected. Much love to you all. Many, many blessings. Thank you for being with me and sharing this beautiful sacred space. If any of you have any questions or want to say anything, please comment below. Wishing you all a beautiful evening. Much love. Bye. Gotta figure out how to do it. Hang on, I am going. Bye bye.